Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. Everyone, you got your boys Lanny Bird here, the Dividend Diplomats. We are talking about a stock that is hot in the dividend investing community. So Lanny and I are going to peel back the layers here and answer a question. Is this stock worth the hype? And are we buying, or are we just going to be passing on this stock altogether? So buckle up, get ready. We got a dividend stock analysis here. Let's go.
Guys, before we do, smash that subscribe button. Give us a nice thumbs up. Guys, we are still on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Do us a favor, subscribe, gosh darn it, because we are the best dividend investing channel there is on the network right now. Guys, this is a hot stock, a stock that just recently juiced up that dividend, added a little bit more, I don't know, sweetness to the yield, sweetness to the dividend payout, sweetness to the passive income investor who's trying to reach financial freedom.
So do you think we're talking about a sweet stock here, Lanny? We'll find out, is this a sweet stock or a sweet stock? So we're going to talk to everybody today about Hershey's, ticker symbol HSY. You're right, Lanny. They just juiced their dividend. I suspect that's why Hershey's is in the news. They increased that dividend 15.1%. And then on top of it, they just released earnings. So we're going to talk about Hershey's, give a little background, go through the sales, look at the balance sheet, and then, run them through the good old-fashioned Dividend Diplomats dividend stock screener. There was one thing that jumped out to me about Hershey's, though, Manny. They are
The who was it? The whatchamacallit?
Yeah, I was shocked.
Reese's. It's the new radio commercial. Reese's. 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 Reese's.
I haven't heard that one yet, but that's awesome. I mean, they're putting an aggressive campaign on for Reese's. So I catch a lot of the smooth peanut butter commercials. That's the one I keep hearing.
When you're in the car, sometimes as much as I am, you hear a lot of commercials on the radio.
It's fair. All right. So the brands, what really threw me for a loop here with them is they're not just candy. And I think that's what people sometimes forget with Hershey's. They're not just the chocolate bars. They're not just Reese's. Sure, those are their big ones.
They're gum.
They are gum. They've got the ice cubes, the little circles. I'm trying to remember what it is. They've got the Rolos, Kit Kats, Dots, pretzels, Hershey Kisses, that skinny pop bag popcorn, Whoppers, Twizzlers. Man, they've got Milk Duds, the Pirate Booty, which, funny story, we one time gave that to my daughter, and she spit it out and threw the bag out of her stroller. So she hated the Pirate Booty. So maybe that's the theme for this video coming up here. Yeah, yes. So anyway, they're more than a candy company, which I want to make sure gets highlighted because that's very important here for Hershey's. They are diversified within the snack business.
Yeah, guys, and they're pushing 50 billion in market cap, guys. Their stock is trading at $231 a share. You'll find out that they have a good dividend growth streak. Their yield now is, getting over a certain Mendoza line. But they just released earnings. Again, it looks like they generated, close to $2.5 billion in revenue for the quarter, which, was an increase over the last reported comparable quarter. Seems like they have organic sales growth as well by about the same amount, by 5%. And hey, Bert, they had a net income increase, didn't they?
Oh, they did. So they fire on all cylinders from the income statement perspective. And then they even boost their guidance a little bit too here. So they show that it's going to continue being a strong year. EPS growth outlook is boosted from 11% to 12%, which is up from just the plain 11%. They're going to still see some earnings growing going forward. Big increase, right? And then they still anticipate full year sales growth of about 8%. So strong top line, strong bottom line is going to be the theme for Hershey's here in 2023.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, let's see what these analysts are expecting because, technically they earned about $2 per share or, per diluted earnings per share. Analysts though are expecting $9.56. A little bit interesting, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's a little higher. I'm sure there's some seasonality here for Hershey's too. I'm sure the chocolate picks up around the holiday, Halloween, like get all the
seasonality in the chocolate.
Yeah, you joke, but I wonder if that's what it is. So in the comment section, if Hershey's is seasonal, let us down there below. That's what we're suspecting based on the analysts' earnings and what their last quarterly was in the downside.
But it's funny, Brad, as we were talking, like you said, they have a lot of debt. They have over 4 billion of long-term debt, an increase from the last from the year end. Current ratio is still strong at over 1x, but that quick ratio a little bit tighter at only 0.5x, which is kind of like the bare minimum we like to see. Debt to equity is not too bad at 1.3x. So it's very interesting to see where Hershey's is at, guys. So your dividend broskies here on the channel, woo, 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 you know it, is going to be, we're going to run it through the Dividend Diplomat stock screener focused on the price to earnings ratio, less than the S&P 500, the dividend payout ratio less than 60%. And we're going to look at the history and track record of growing dividends, see if Hershey's been riding the candy mountain and how fast they've been riding that dividend up. And then we'll look at the dividend yield. And, lately we've been comparing it to the 5-year yield on average. Then we'll take just a peek behind the curtain on how the stock price has performed year to date and for 52 weeks to see if Hershey's has stayed too sweet.
So let's do it here, everybody. Price 231.31. Forward earnings we said was 9.56. P ratio 24.20. So that's right in line with the S&P 500. And interestingly, though, for this one, what we're going to do is compare them to their 5-year average. So we just looked up on Y charts quickly. Their 5-year average PE ratio is 26x. So they are trading slightly below their historical average. Not a lot, a little bit though, and in line with the S&P. Let's move on to that payout ratio. Their annual dividend after the increase is $4.77. That's a perfect payout ratio of 50%. So right in the middle of that sweet spot.
Smack dab in the middle, guys. And like we said, they increased their dividend. Well, at first, the 5-year average is about 10% at 13 plus years of growing dividends. But Hershey's just announced a nice, warm, hot, fudgy 15% dividend increase here, guys. So well higher than their 5-year average. So internally, they must be pretty bullish on what earnings is looking like, not just now, but going forward, as well as operating cash flow. So 15% recent increase at just about 10% on average over the last 5 years.
That's as good as those Reese's peanut butter cups that are the shapes. You know how they have like the Christmas tree, the Easter eggs that just for some reason taste better than their regular Reese's cup.
The Dividend Diplomat silhouette Reese ones.
Yes, those are perfect. We can't wait till those limited editions hit the press, everybody. So all right. So we talked about the dividend streak, the dividend history. They're halfway to becoming an aristocrat. That yield is over 2% now. Their yield is 2.06%, which must be why the stock is popping up here on everybody's radar. It's above their 5-year average of 1.84%.
Not too bad. So over 2% over the S&P 500, over their own 5-year average yield by about 22 basis points. So you're getting about a 10% premium to the yield right now. But when we look at the year-to-date stock price, it's only up 2%. Which obviously trails the S&P 500, which is just about, gosh, Bert, at the time of this video, are we at 20% yet? Let's do a quick little check. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, exactly 20.00%. The S&P 500 is up because we are recording this on July 31st.
Thank you, tech sector. So let's summarize here for Hershey's. P ratio 24.2, payout ratio 50%, 5-year growth rate 9.57, 13 years of increases, yield of 2.06, and the company is basically flat for the year with a very small increase. So,
Bert, how much Hershey's are you gobbling up? Are you stuffing these Reese's and Hershey bars in your stocking right now?
not my stocking, but I will with my daughters around Christmas time, at least for the candy. But we're not putting any stock certificates in there because right now it's just not popping up on my radar. Sure, it's great. It's always going to be a company that trades at a premium. And that's pretty what's apparent. They have great brands. They have strong sales, and the stock price and the stock valuation is reflecting of that. So with that in mind, I'm not going to buy the hype right now with Hershey's. I'm going to pass. I'm going to look for other stocks there. What do you think, Lanny?
Yeah, I'm not buying Hershey stock right now, but it's definitely a stock that I followed for a long time. And it's honestly one of those stocks that's always been hard to find a good price to buy.
Yeah, it is. So we get it. Let us know what your thoughts are about Hershey's. Are you buying? Are you watching? Are you passing? Are you eating some of their products? Let us know in that comment section below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Give this video a big old fashioned thumbs up. And if you're not with us, you're against us. Jack.
And that was Bert, the Hurt, and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.